would help more than reparations for slavery is reparations for what happened to communities of color that were subjected to Jim Crow laws, then were denied federal loans for houses, were forced into segregated slum neighborhoods, who were put in prison for a disproportionate amount of time. That is where you need to put the money. And since that's not going to happen, that's why I always say you've got to support the people in your community, the businesses in your community.
You have to.
The people who are doing the things in your community, because that's where it all starts.
Yes.
When you're not in power, it's the grassroots.
Yep.
Is the only other way to achieve anything.
That money needs to circulate in the community.
Right on. Well, let's go back to our callers. And Glenn, thanks so much for calling. What's going on?
Hello. Hey, how you? Hello.
Great.
How you doing?
Hey,
Doing good.
What's going on, Glenn?
I'm great. This is my first time calling the show. I've been listening to it on the road. I'm on the road a lot, but I just want to say, these police, they are violating our rights, man. Because even though you get pulled over by police and say you don't have the license, okay, give the person the ticket. If the person can call someone from home to come and get his car that has a license, to take it home, you have no right to take his car.
Right.
And, because I had a situation, my niece, she went 2-3 days over before she got her place. And it's in Birmingham. And these two white officers pulled her over. They allowed her to call me and her dad all the way from Detroit. It took 40 minutes for us to get there. And it was night. About 8:30 at night, and they waited, and they gave her a ticket like they were supposed to, but they didn't impound the car.
Oh, wow.
Okay, they gave her tickets, told her she had to pay those tickets, and they stayed with her because it was in an isolated area.
Yeah.
But they did wait. But so many cops can do the same thing here. All you have to do is drive down Gratiot. It's like a war zone with these police.
Oh, absolutely.
But if you go on the other side of 8 Mile, you don't see that type of attack.
Not at all. Not at all. The only time you'll see that is, and I used to do this all the time when I would drive, go past 8 Mile and into Ferndale and Woodward. And my girlfriend and I would always take sort of in our snapshot in our mind what the color of the person who's getting pulled over was. And it was always like 9 out of 10. It was black. In a suburb that is predominantly white. And, you see these kind of things. I mean, when you can't drive down the street with the same rights and liberties as somebody else because of the freaking color of the melanoma.
Hey.
Come on.
A black man in the suburbs, you get to know your rearview mirror real good.
Yeah, you're right about that. And one more thing, for President Obama, I voted for Obama twice. Now, there's a couple of things about him that he went for that I didn't like.
Yeah.
Okay, one was before he got elected, he said he was for charter schools. I'm not for charter schools.
Right. Yeah.
I'm for some schools, but I'm for public schools.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. A few other things. I never thought he should have got the Nobel Peace Prize, but they gave him that without him even letting the seat get warm.
Yeah.
Too soon.
And but that wasn't his fault, But he had some issues that I didn't like, especially his second term. But but when I got family members that blind justice, and someone like Walter, when it comes to Trump, don't matter who you vote for as a president, everything this man does, man does, is not going to be to your liking, and you need to stop and stop acting like it is.
Right on.
I'm pretty sure Walter will find more fault with his own family than he will find with Trump.
I would not be surprised. I would bet he would vote for Trump over Jesus even, Glenn. But Glenn, thanks so much for the first time call. I hope I hear from you in the future. It's always great to talk to new listeners and get new ideas because, we're all in this together. I know it's a trite thing to say, but it's the truth.
And the truth hurts.
And it does. I mean, so this kind of dialogue that we have every day between us, I don't want to be just some kind of host chirping at you, and I'm sure you don't want to do that either.
Yeah.
But the idea is to have some kind of dialogue with the community so that we, for once, can gain some traction in this ridiculous fight that needs to end.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we're talking about Trump, but it trickles down into our governors right here.
Yeah.
And what's going on here.
Yeah. And I want to, as we finish up the show, I always like to focus on a single person so that we remember behind every number is a human being, a heart. And we're talking about Jeff Sessions, who obviously is the head of the Justice Department, is the machine behind enforcing these crackdowns on immigration.
Your Attorney General.
Yes. Now, Metro Detroit, George Garcia had been here for 30 years. When he was about 9 years old, he was brought over to America from Mexico. He had children whom he loved dearly. He has a wife with cerebral palsy whom he takes care of every day. He believed so truly for 30 years that he was in the right place, that he had achieved the American dream. And now he's on his way back to a country he hasn't seen since he was 9 years old. And his wife and child, we don't know when they're going to see him again. And Donald Trump said it may be 10 years before that human being is allowed back in America. Now, if that is how you make America great again, then you are a soulless, vicious person.
Man, that's sick. So his family stays here now?
Yeah.
But they're legalized?
They didn't come with him. They were citizens.
So why hasn't he gotten his citizenship?
Because he can't, because Donald Trump doesn't want people from coming here who come from places like Mexico. Remember, that's how he started his election. Or the presidential campaign was Mexico doesn't bring its best people over, it brings its rapists over.
We gotta wake up.
Absolutely.
This is sick.
Because when you think about George and his family, and if you can somehow figure out how that makes America great again, let us know next time. We'll be back tomorrow from 11 to noon.
Man, in Detroit, if you knew better, you do better.
Stay tuned for Benny Clay Thompson's Red Line. Peace.